Good morning, children. Today in this class I am going to explain about how the countries, the US and Germany faced the economic depression and what are the situations faced by the economic depression in these two states. Okay, now let us start the economic depression in America. In US. Okay, in the previous classes we have discussed the economic depression began in the year 1929 and it was lasted up to 1939. The economic depression began in 1929 and it was last up to 1939. Okay, after became the president of US, the famous person and the famous one of the president of US, F.D. Roosevelt, introduced the New Deal policy to overcome the economic depression. He introduced New Deal policy in US. New Deal policy. In this New Deal policy, he followed 3 R's policy. Okay, this New Deal policy is also called as 3 R's policy. 3 R's policy. Why it is called as 3 R's policy? It is also called as 3 R's policy. Why? Because here 3 R's means he introduced the policies with under the New Deal policy. The first R defines the relief to the. He gave the relief to the victims of depression who affected by the economic depression. The people who are affected by the economic depression. He gave the relief to the victims by the depression. Okay, and he reformed the financial institutions. Reformed the financial institutions. And he had taken the steps to ensure the economic development. In the America. In US, they had taken the reforms or recovery to develop the economic development. He had taken the steps to ensure the economical development or economical reforms. Steps to ensure economical reforms. Okay, these are the 3 steps followed by the Roosevelt, F.D. Roosevelt, who introduced the New Deal policy in US. F.D. Roosevelt. He was one of the president of US. After he became the president of US, he introduced the theory New Deal to overcome the economic depression. He introduced the policy, that is New Deal policy. This is also called as, this follows the 3 R's policy. In this 3 R's policy, the exact definition of 3 R's means relief to the victims of depression and reforms of the financial institutions and steps to ensure the economical reforms. So these are the three policies followed by the Roosevelt to overcome the depression, to overcome the economic depression, he followed these three ways. Okay, now let us see. And in 1939, after began the World War II, the industry production was increased. Due to the World War started in the 1939, the industry produced was increased because of the investment increased on the suddenly increased on the armies and armaments. Due to this, the industrial production increases and it brings to the demand to the pharma or agriculture. It brings the demand to the, it was brought the demand for the agricultural products and industrial products. Okay, by the end of 1939, the state US overcome the economic depression, and in this way, F.D. Roosevelt followed, and F.D. Roosevelt introduced some other policies he introduced some other policies to overcome the economic depressions. To overcome the economic depressions, he followed some ways that are the universal pension system. Universal pension system. Welfare of handicapped persons, and he introduced the social security system. And he also introduced the social welfare system in the US. Under this social welfare system, he wanted to supply, and under this system, he wanted to supply the basic amenities to all the people in the nation. During the economic depression, with this system, the F.D. Roosevelt supplied all the basic amenities to the people, like drinking water, food, and health, and homes. Okay, these are the basic amenities provided under the policy social welfare system, which is introduced by the F.D. Roosevelt. Okay, in this way, the United States of America, they overcome the economic depression. Okay, by introducing all these policies in the United States of America, it was overcome the economic depression. It was overcome the economic depression by introducing these all policies. Okay, for the implement of all these policies in US, the Britain also adopted all these policies to overcome the economic depression. Okay, Britain also adopted all these policies to overcome the economic depression. Britain also adopted all these policies. Okay, in this way, the state or the United States of America overcome the economic depression. Okay, now let us see the economic depression in Germany. Okay. Let us see the situation of Germany during the economic depression or in between the years 1929 to 1939. Okay, Germany had faced severe situations or severe crisis during the economic depression. Germany faced the severe crisis during the economic depression, and Germany was under the heavy. Germany was under the heavy duty to or heavy burden. German was under the heavy burden to pay the war damages to the victorious countries in the World War One. Okay, in the World War One, German was the defeated country by the Britain. That is why German had to pay the war damages to the victorious countries according to the Treaty of Versailles. Okay, that is why German was under the heavy burden. German was under the heavy burden to pay the war damages. Okay, due to this heavy burden, the German government wanted to print the currency on large scale. Due to these heavy burdens on the Germany wanted to print the currency on large scale. Okay, this is the situation is due to the large scale of printing of currencies, it causes the excessive inflation. Okay, once see the Germany wanted to print the currency on large scale. It causes the inflation, excessive inflation in the Germany. It causes the excessive inflation. Due to this excessive inflation, in this way the people said that to buy a piece of bread, the people carry the currency in carts. Okay, the people said that the situation of Germany during the economic depression, due to the excessive inflation caused due to the heavy due to the printing of currency on large scale, it was a situation to carry the cart of currency to buy a loaf of breads. Okay, this is the situation during the this is the situation of Germany during the economic depression. Okay, and due to this economic depression in Germany, around 6 millions of people got unemployed. Around 6 millions of people got unemployed. The industrial produce or the industrial production was decreased about 40% by 1932. By 1932, the industrial produce decreased about 40%. About 40% of its 1929 production. According to the 1929 production, by the year 1932, the industrial production in the Germany was increased about 40%. Due to this decrease of industrial produce, about 6 millions of people got unemployed in the industrial sector and all the sectors. Farmers also too facing too many difficulties in the societies to survive. Farmers had stopped the cultivation due to the fall of all agricultural produce. Due to the fall of prices of all produce, due to the fall of price of all produce, the farmers had stopped the cultivation and about 6 millions of people got unemployed. Due to this unemployment, in the 19th century, in the 1930s, you could see the men are having placards. The men are wearing placards around their necks with the placards on the placards they are written the words willing to do any work. The people in the street, the men in the street with the placards around their necks with the slogans willing to do any work. Some of the people are walking in the streets with the placards around their necks with the slogans willing to do any work. Some of the people or some of the youngest became to do the crimes. Okay, some of the younger people addicted to crimes to survive. Only some people are survive, or only some people who are belong to the organized sector, they only survived in the society with their family. Remaining all the people are faced too many crises in this during the economic depression. Okay, in this way, the Germany faced too many crises during the economic depression. In the next class, we'll discuss more about the fascism, rise of fascism and Nazism in the Italy and Germany. Okay, thank you, children.